What's up? What's up? What's up? After Effects. Listen, y'all already know. When y'all hear my voice, y'all know I'm coming. And y'all know I'm coming with the raw, the unadulterated, pure truth, according to me. So, we
Yep.
gonna kick it off like this.
I want to. I want to.
Y'all already know who that is. That is my partner, my best friend, Mr. Sutton.
Go best friend. Go best friend. Get your turn up. No. Okay. Never mind.
Y'all forget him. Anyway,
I tried.
so we gonna talk about this thing called teachable and being taught. Okay?
There's something on my mind.
And I'm gonna be real. Please, us folks that's supposed to be older and have some sense, please let's learn the difference. Please learn the difference between somebody trying to teach you something and somebody asking to be taught. Please. Because everybody's form of communication is different.
Hello.
And just because you perceive something to be a way doesn't mean that it's that way. And what I have learned is if you don't know, ask for clarity. Before you come up with an assumption, a conclusion, because here's the truth of the matter. The truth needs no defense.
Nope.
And when you go out here and you have to have a statement because you've injected the word because, that means that you're trying to explain something. That means you're trying to prove a point. And the truth can stand on its own. It doesn't need a clause. So, I will give you an example. If you go out here and you driving,
Yep.
and you playing with your car radio, you on your cell phone, whatever the case may be, and you hit somebody from behind, and you decide to get out the car, and instead of apologizing,
You apologize.
you start justifying for how it's the other person's fault because where they stopped or they took too long to realize the light had changed. Whatever you trying to do, you just trying to prove a point because what you want somebody to believe you. So when you got to take something and make it public knowledge,
Very public.
that means that you're trying to convince people,
And yourself.
and more so yourself, because believe me, people are only going to run with it for so long. It was the same way.
Because listen, I don't like cutting her off. I love my wife and respect her. But let's just be honest. And again, this is something she taught me. The truth always inevitably going to come out.
And here's the thing. You cannot change the consequences because of your version of the truth. Now, let's talk about that.
I'm going.
Let's really talk about that. Whatever you say out your mouth, and this is something that I have had to teach my husband and other people. Words have power.
All that sticks and stone may break my bones.
It's a bunch of lies, okay? Words
That's BS.
have power.
Yes, they do.
And words carry a life
Time
of their own.
Yeah.
It take on a whole new meaning. So therefore, please stop going out here passing trauma on to other folks.
And y'all
telling folks to get over it or move on or because they're not responding the way that you feel like they should be responding, now we want to throw labels on folks.
Yeah, like retarded.
Now we want to tell folks that they're immature and they need to grow up because they're not responding
to your buffoonery.
And it ain't even got to be buffoonery. It's just the fact they're not responding. Mm-hmm. There is power in silence.
Come on.
Please let me help you. Silence give you the opportunity to control that little pink thing that's in your mouth.
Called the
tongue. That has the power of life and death in it. Mm-hmm. That thing that can cost you everything or gain you everything. Let me help you.
Believe me, listen to her, because again, in the beginning, she had to teach me that, and I promise it wasn't easy because let's just face facts, I've been through a lot of heartache and pain, so I only know how to respond to disrespect one way, and the fact that situations have came up that I am not responding to, believe me, it used to cost me sleep, but when it's the truth,
yeah,
I don't have to defend it.
Exactly.
And I promise you, I've been getting the best freaking sleep that I've ever had. Man, listen, me and Miss Sutton has been happy. Matter of fact, that has actually brought us a lot closer. Remember, I told y'all in some other episodes, we were working on ourselves. We was a work in process. But we are much more closer now than ever before, man. And I promise, if I could go back and do it over again, the only thing I would change is instead of us being close right now, I would have did it 4 years ago. And like I said, I'm a big man, big enough, and I did. I apologized to her for it because I couldn't see what she saw then. But I understand it and I see it now. This is why you need a tag team partner, not just for life growth, but so they can tell you what they see. And it doesn't always have to be the guy that sees something. Your wife can see something too. If she say, hey, babe, listen, if you go down that road and make a right, you gonna hit that brick wall. And she was able to stop me. And I promise you, for the first some odd days, I was like, babe, let me do it my way. She like, no. She like, it's true. Stand still and stand down. And that was the hardest thing for me to do because everybody likes to take that part out of the Bible. Wives, submit yourself to your husband.
Yeah.
But they forget the B clause. Dog. Homeboy, man, you got to submit yourself to her too. And this was one of them times that I had to submit because I knew who was speaking through her. I had to stand down because Cedric, believe me, folks think that disrespect from me is a lightweight. Ask the woman I'm married to.
Listen, and I'm just going to jump in and say this. Here's the point in life. It's not about what you're called. Mm-hmm. It's what you answer to.
Yes, it is.
And when we go out here and we responding to every little thing, first of all, you giving people power they don't deserve. Mm-hmm. Let's start there. If you're not mature enough to govern your own self, the word says to thy own self be true. That means that truth has to start with you. So because that truth has to start with you, nobody got time. I have been called a multitude of different things.
Yeah.
And none of them was my name. Okay? But again, it is not what you're called. It's what you answer to. We got to stop defending and feeling like we got to prove a point and quit letting everybody provoke your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen here. Nobody should have that much control over you that they have a power to direct how you feel or how you respond.
Yeah.
You have to be able to say, you know what? If that's how you feel, so be it. If that's how you see it, so be it.
It is what it is.
And move on. Is it easy? Absolutely not.
No.
You're talking to somebody who felt like they had to respond to everything because being the youngest child and everything else.
Yeah.
And
y'all know them babies get away with murder.
Man, listen. But when you got in the profile of siblings like I do, you trying to meet up to their standards and expectations and this, and the third. Listen here. I can only be me to thy own self. Be true.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to stop pushing toxicity out on other people and calling it truth. Because the truth of the matter is there's only one truth. And that's God's truth.
Yep.
Not your truth and how you perceive something to be. And in order to understand how to reach someone else, you have to be relatable. Hello, relationship. So if there is no relation, there is no ship. That ship is the connection. What is a ship? A ship is something that holds everything together. Above a body of water. It is designed not to let you sink. It is designed to protect you. It is designed to get you safely to the next destination.
Yeah.
But if I don't have a relation with you, I'm not going to trust your ship.
And let me say this.
Because
in order, what she's saying, I'm going to break it all the way down a little further. What a relationship truly is. Relationship means I am willing to give you all the tools of the trade so that you can get through this thing called life. I have to equip you for life. But if all I'm doing is badgering you, not really giving you the tools of the trade or equipping you, and then when you come with a new idea or information and I immediately shut it down or tell you that I know about it and I don't want to do it, I'm doing what's the word I'm looking for?
You just put a hole in the ship.
Yeah, a fat hole.
And here is the thing.
And the half ship can't sail.
And listen, and here is the thing with this. No matter what you call it, friendship,
relationship,
because relationship just means that you're able to relate.
Yep.
A friend is just someone that you trust. But they have one word in common. Ship.
You know what you said a lot?
Which means that you have to bring it all together. There has to be a foundation there. And this is what we're missing. We want to build crap on top of crap on top of crap instead of ripping it down,
cleaning it up,
fixing the cracks in the foundation,
and then build. You
cannot build a house on a crappy foundation. And we have to stop trying.
Yeah.
We have to stop thinking that we can put hurt on top of this foundation and it's going to stand. Disappointment on top of this foundation and it's going to stand. We could put lies on top of this foundation and it's going to stand. Our obscured version of the truth and it's going to stand. At some point, if you keep piling all this stuff without a sturdy foundation, it's going to crack. Hear me. We so busy running around talking about, well, when the matriarchs of the families passed away, the family dispersed. Let me help you. The family dispersed because they didn't want to be together in the first place.
Hello.
That ain't got nothing to do with that matriarch or that patriarch. Because if you were truly family, you will find a way to band together no matter what the situation is.
And you heard me say a few times before, and I'm willing to say it again for Miss Sutton's episode of Confessions. This is just part 1. Family is your first heartbreak.
Almost definitely.
They, from 0 on up, they're the first people to rob you. They're the first people to steal from you. And they're the first people to kill your spirit.
And here's the problem with that. When you think about that, what is the true definition of family? Because we so busy putting our own spin, and truth be told, family just means that I have some kind of relation to you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all family means. Family means I have some kind of relation to you, whether that's blood, whether that's step, whether that's in-law, whatever. It means I have some kind of relation to you that makes you family. That does not make us connected. I need you guys to understand that connection is deeper than just the same blood that runs through your veins run through
Come
mine.
on, somebody.
Oh, connection is deeper than, oh, well, because you married my so-and-so, we are family, we're related. No. No. Truth be told, there is more dysfunction and more chaos in the word family that people refuse to listen to.
Let's just talk about it. For the favorite ones in the family, because we've been seeing it from 0 on up. Certain people in the family can do whatever they want to do, and the whole entire family will cover it up. But let the ones that they really don't like do something. It's put across the board, and it's put on public platforms.
But here's the thing with that. Honestly, I've been on both sides. And I don't care either way. I don't want nobody covering up nothing for me.
Hello.
And that's the reality of it. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Please tell me if I'm out of line, because that don't make you family.
Come on.
If you willing to sweep my mess up under, but see, that is the generational curse.
Yeah.
That people don't seem to realize. That's taught all the way back to great grandmama's time.
Yeah.
What goes on in my house stays in my house.
Absolutely.
You don't tell on Uncle so-and-so because he family. You don't tell on your brother because he family. And what we've put out there is toxicity, and there is no accountability.
Listen, I'm not gonna hide nothing. Listen, if you listen to some of the old episodes, I'm the first one to tell you, I done experienced all kind of stuff. Family got mad at me because one of my relatives slept with my ex-girlfriends, and the whole family got mad at me and banned me from the grandparents' house.
Well, I ain't gonna touch that because you know why you was banned. Mr. tearing up windows and stuff.
It ain't my fault he fell through some windows.
Whatever. Anyway, the point of the matter is this.
I'm just saying.
And then I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
Learn when to separate your position as family versus your position in something else.
Woo!
This is why, listen.
Business and family don't work.
I will tell you the guys out of truth. I have learned the hard way. Do not work with family.
Absolutely not.
Don't do it. Anybody that got any kind of relation with you, don't do it.
Yeah.
Why? Because you will never get what you need. Because the point of view will always be jaded.
Yep.
Hear me And hear me clearly. Am I saying that to be funny? No. And do I know some husband and wife businesses and stuff that have truly flourished? Yes, but I'm going to tell you why. Because they know when they walk into that office, they're not husband and wife.
There you go.
They're business partners. They know their position at home versus their position in that office. And they know how to stay in that position. Mm-hmm. Everybody can't do that.
Everybody's not equipped to do it. Yes, I said it. Everybody is not equipped to separate business and family.
Exactly. Therefore, if you ever wonder, listen, if you're ever questioning why you're not growing,
yeah.
If you're ever trying to figure out if you're being held back, please take a look at your surroundings. Because it may be some stuff
that you don't see,
that you got to remove yourself from in order for you to grow.
Let me just interject this. Again, man, this is Confessions, and we ain't telling you something that we done made up. This is straight from the hip. You know how we do it is. We have no filter here. As I stated before, and as Ms. Sutton just said, family and business, some, very few. That number is so doggone small. I think it might be about 1%. I'm going to double check on that. But most family cannot work together because this is usually how it goes. Either somebody is jealous or that...
Or we easily offended because it's family.
Yeah, easily offended. Or here's the big one, and I know this one gonna get me in trouble. Or that you done found something, or the family member done found something, and they bring it to your attention, and because you don't want to deal with it, you become offensive and you begin to attack them.
And here's the crazy part. Learn how to digest things.
Yep.
Take what you can, discard what you can't, what you need to. If it doesn't apply, as my auntie say, let it fly.
Yeah.
Because it will keep you balanced.
Yes.
If you so busy getting caught up in the, oh, I don't want to offend. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want to step in. Oh, I don't want to do. You're never going to be prepared for this world because this world is going to require you to step into something at some point.
Yeah. And let me say this again. This is going to be another one of them offensive words. Do not hire a family member that has a certain area of expertise if you don't want them to do the job.
But the point of the matter is let's just go here. Again, the truth needs no defense.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, you can be equipped to do 100 different things.
Yes.
But when it comes down to it, you are only equipped to expound.
There you go.
Not equipped to keep everything to yourself. You are equipped for whatever you're inequipped for so that you can teach that to someone else.
There is no I in team.
So therefore, a prime example of that is, y'all know, I've been in healthcare for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. Every branch of healthcare that I've been in is something I've had to be teachable in.
Yep.
Then I can turn around and teach someone else. Mm-hmm. But never being afraid to continue to be teachable.
Say it again.
That is what people miss. This is a and over cycle.
Yep.
You are to teach. You are to teach. And you are a teacher whether you want to be or not.
Yep.
But please learn the difference between somebody trying to teach you something and somebody asking you to teach them something. There's a difference between teaching somebody something and asking to be taught.
And my wife said something a while ago, and I finally understood what she meant by that. If you have a disagreement with your family, it is not for the whole entire world to know. Let me say that one more time, baby. If you have a disagreement with your family, it is not, repeat, not for the whole entire world to know. Because when the world gets into it, everybody starts to form their opinion. But when they go and ask the other party because they're only listening to your side and they tell them the truth, then what you're going to say?
Because here's the thing. People not going to go seeking the truth.
No, they like lies.
People love drama.
Yep.
Drama. So therefore, they're not going to go. Do you know how many times in the last 24 years I've gotten phone calls about what people thought was going on between me and other family members? Hey, do you know how many times I've looked at my cellular devices?
Yeah.
And literally been like, where in the heck did y'all get this buffoonery from?
Yeah.
Okay? Why is that? Because, again, people have to seek justification. So the only way they're going to seek it is if they spread it. Because if they spread it, it gives validation
to
what they're saying. And what was we taught? Amen to something means that you're in agreement with something.
Yep.
So therefore, if I'm in agreement to your mess and I don't even understand it's mess that I'm amening, that's the bad part.
Yeah.
The bad part is I don't know because I got so much trust in the person that I don't know the story. I just got to believe that what they're saying is true. So I'm amening some stuff or agreeing to some stuff that I don't even understand I'm agreeing to because I don't know Jack.
And here's the thing that I'm going to leave because I'm going to let Miss Sutton finish this out. If you just have to be a busybody and you just have to know the truth, I'm going to do the best thing in the world for you. Pray and ask God to reveal it to you.
And if it's meant to be revealed.
And if it's meant to reveal, he'll tell you. If he gives the family member to reveal it, they will reveal it to you. Because it's amazing to watch how two people will have a disagreement and then everybody, because the one family member says this is what happened, immediately jump on the bandwagon and demonize the other party without knowing what actually happened. Because here's the thing. Not all telltale disagreements don't have witnesses.
And here's the best part about it. Please understand me when I say this. At some point, we got to cut the umbilical cord.
Hello.
At some point, we have to be at a place in life where public opinion does not validate who you are. If public opinion has to validate who you are, I will give you an example. I used to be a hellion on social media.
Yep. Me too.
Back in the day, it wasn't nothing that could happen that I wasn't throwing shots on my social media pages.
At whoever.
And I had to learn that doing that does not make me no better
than the other party.
Than the party that offended me in the first place. If anything, it adds more fuel to the fire, because now you got folks in the comments. Who you talking about?
Yep.
What happened? Oh, inbox me. I want to know what's going on. DM me. You're keeping it going.
And we've decided from here on out, no matter what comes our way, and this is what I want y'all to do. Stop giving this stuff your time
and your energy. I'm going to put it simple. Stop giving place to the devil where he don't have no place. Because that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
If I got to go out here
and slander you to make myself look good.
To do all of that, for what? For what?
I think the young people call it clout chasing.
Man. And I don't know. We're not around here.
I'm too old for that.
Right. We ain't around here chasing clout. As a matter of fact, we got bigger stuff that we got to focus on. Careers we focusing on.
Yep.
Expanding our family is what we're focusing on. We got bigger stuff than to be sitting up here. And when you really think about it, y'all do too. Because I want to know all this drama that we get involved in social media and all this back and forth and all this arguing. And this is what I call keyboard thugging.
Social media thugs, I think Mike Epps called them.
Listen, we done got so...
I know where you were going.
We done got so weak.
Ooh.
That we got to hide behind social media. We got to hide behind public opinion. We got to hide behind whatever platform we got. And here is the thing. Back in my day, and again, I'm not that old. Back in my day, if I had a problem,
I brought it to you.
I'm going to bring it to you. And we going to square it up. And we going to do what we got to do. But at the end of the day, we going to leave that fight where it is.
And it's going to stay between us.
And we going to move on. And either we going to be friends or we going to be enemies. But never shall the two meet.
Yeah.
We done got to a point to where, the computer done became our fist.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to hide behind weapons and this, and the third. Listen. At the end of the day, let's stop this. We need to go back into the day where we wasn't afraid to address a person and will respect people who told you that they was not ready to address that issue. Because again, if a person is hurt behind the words you spoke, you have no control over their feelings or their emotions behind what you said.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have the right to give somebody a time limit on how long it should take them to process what came out of your mouth. People get me with that. Oh, that was 2 days ago. Get over it. Oh, and then if they don't and they don't respond, then we throw labels. Oh my God.
Oh, listen.
We is the most labeled generation, guys.
Bruh.
Man, then we want to come with, oh, you're weak. Oh, you're immature. Oh, well, you need to do.
Oh, don't forget. You forget something. Come on, let's put it out there. Hot tempered.
Oh yeah. Now we're unapproachable.
Yeah.
I mean, but here is the thing. Now you're fueling it even more. Because you just couldn't accept. I don't want to deal with it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. If a person is telling you they don't want to talk about it right now,
let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Why? Because you continuously running your mouth
every chance you get
jacks up the opportunity for you guys to be able to come together and talk it out and move on.
Or kill the relationship in its entirety.
Boom. All because
you wouldn't let it go.
You wouldn't let it go. You wouldn't give a person space to process. You ain't even give a person enough time to go back and process in their mind and say, could you be right? Do I need to reassess? That's what that's for.
But if you keep bombarding them, what time do they have to process?
You're not giving them time to say, yeah, well, I can see it from your perspective. One thing about me and my husband, literally my baby, he can't stand this about his wife.
Absolutely not.
But I'm only going to warn you about something maybe twice. Third time is my max.
Tell them what you hate about your husband.
If you continue to go out here and do what you want to do, I'm going to shut up.
Now, what's the one thing you hate about your husband? So the whole family know, because, we share everything with you guys.
Listen, this man right here is insane. But the one thing, truthfully, and he's working on it, but he holds grudges. And he will swear he don't, but he do. And we working on it. Because he will hold a grudge and I will get quiet. And while he going around still hooping and hollering about the situation, I'm still quiet. And he be like, well, you ain't got nothing to say about this. No. I left that alone. You still harping on that? You still in that space? Why do I say that?
And it gets on my nerves.
It gets on his nerves. But here's the point. I'm calling more out of you. Because at some point, you're going to get tired of me being like, I don't want to talk about that.
And then just give up. I do. After so long and see that she's not going to talk about it, I just said, you know what? Screw it. Whatever. I'll go get me a honey bun, some Nutty Buddies, or some type of sugar and go eat it.
Because I'm not giving life to dead situations.
And I can say this. One of the things that really brought my wife and I a lot closer together, for one of the first, actually the first time.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. The first time ever, we found ourselves in a situation and she actually didn't have nothing to say.
I said nothing.
I was like, and I promise you, I was like, it was one of them, is Jesus on his way back type shit? No, seriously, I kid you not. I started looking around the room, looking up in the sky like, okay, I know God said he was on his way back. This wasn't back. And I'm looking at her, and she like, what? I'm like, so nothing?
Nothing.
She was like, I would have if you were wrong.
Right.
And I promise you, it caught me so off guard. I had to make sure I was sleeping next to the same woman. I would wake up in the middle of the night and tap her. She'd be like, what do you want? I'm like, oh, I just want to make sure you. She said, why? I'm like, seriously, because, and this is how close I know my wife. There hasn't been one single time.
Yep.
In the last almost 5 years we have been married.
Yep.
That I have done something and she has not pulled my ear, my shirt, my coattail, whatever, and said, you know you could have did that different.
Or you was just flat out wrong.
And God, I hate those speeches. But when that situation arrived and she had nothing to say, I promise you, I think my soul was in shock. Like, hello? Like, I'm literally walking around the house, peeking behind doors like, She gonna come out at any minute. Like I was, I promise you, I was waiting.
That's sad.
Well, listen, y'all know me. I do not BS when it come to her. I was waiting. I'm like, okay, at any moment now, I'm sitting up. Like, y'all know my bed. I'm old man. I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. When I tell you I'm up at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, like, okay, maybe she gonna say something.
And say something in my sleep, boy, bye.
And she don't say nothing. I'm waiting for her to get off work, on her way to work. And I'm like, she really is totally in agreement. And like, she really feel that I didn't do nothing wrong. And I promise you, it was a state of shock to me. I was getting ready to go into therapy.
Listen, the crazy part about it is, and this is the reality, because this is what people don't understand. Again, relation.
Yeah.
Relation. I'm never, and I do not understand some people that will literally let their significant other, and I don't care what it is, boy, girl, cat, dog, he, she, it, them, they, whatever.
You know you can get married to a tree now.
I digress. Anyway, if you literally allow your significant other to go out here half-cocked, you're dead wrong. Mm-hmm. There isn't a time that my husband has been allowed to flip, to trip, to go off, that I have not given him that moment, because again, relation understands I'm gonna hear you out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you time to simmer down. But if you wrong,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna say you wrong.
Keynote in what I just said. For the first time in almost 5 years, I was waiting for her to say something. And the fact that it has never came, listen, I don't know. My body is still in a state of shock.
Listen, and I mean, this is real.
But I'm not, I'm not lying, because I'm just being honest.
But here's the thing. What is the point of this episode today as we're winding down time? Mm-hmm. Let's zone it in. If you have a relation with another party, you should know them.
Yeah.
And understand me when I say you're never, because I hate when people say, oh, I know everything about you. That is a lie.
No.
From the pit of hell. Because as long as you are a living, breathing creature, something about you is forever changing, or it should be.
Yeah. But you should at least know something.
Because you're forever growing. You're forever changing. Today, I may like blueberries. Mm. Tomorrow, I might hate them.
Yep.
But the basic character,
I should know,
of an individual, you should know, because character
is who they are.
And
if I don't know that, then I'm the problem.
Character is who they are. So you hear a lot of people, so don't get upset when somebody's attitude
has changed
because you showed them that you were never invested in them
in the first
place. Because if I tell my husband mm-hmm. that I love him, mm-hmm. I can't just love him when he right.
Yep.
I gotta love him when he wrong. Mm-hmm. I gotta love him whether I like him or not.
Like I said, almost 5 years. And she has listen, it became a usual suspect type of deal. And when I say this is the first time that I've said something and she said that I wasn't wrong, my body is in a state of shock. And I'm not even playing. I know I've been saying that a lot. But I promise you, because I know her, it's almost frightening. And I don't mean like scared frightening. It's like no, dog. Like, you really, and I promise you, is just now setting into me that when the situation arrived, I really didn't do anything wrong.
No.
And the fact that she was like, babe, no. She's like, you're going to be okay. Because this situation just keeps getting out of hand. And all she keeps telling me is stand down. Let God deal with it. Because if you were a problem, you know me. I would have said something to you. She said the fact that I have not speaks volumes. And it does. Like, I'll be honest, I'm an a-hole. But when it comes to my wife and she says what she says, I'm not going to like it at the time.
Not at all.
0% of the time I like to hear what she say. But what she'll do is let me chew on it for 2 or 3 days. And then she'll come back and she'll be like, are you still mad? And then I'll give her a little look. She like, okay, you'll be all right.
Yep.
What you want for dinner?
And he be like...
And I tried, though. I don't want nothing for dinner. She said, you're going to eat anyway. Because I do. I get mad. And then I forget what I was mad about. And then I get mad at her because she told me what I needed to hear. But the fact of the matter is, and like I said, we're not going to take up too much of your time. And we're going to call... I told you, we calling this confession. When you have a relationship with someone, your basic characteristics, they should know. But if I've been around you for almost 5 years, and you can't even tell me what my favorite thing is, I do not have a relationship with you.
And you know what? We gonna go just a little deeper than that for time's sake.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm sitting up here scratching the mess out my head. I need to wash my hair.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm gonna put it like this. Because everybody know me. I don't do attacks.
And
I don't hide behind anything.
Nope.
This is what I'm going to say. I truly hope and pray that this podcast would allow you guys to go back and rethink some things.
Yeah.
Reevaluate some things. Because there is a lesson in everything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you're always going to be right. It doesn't mean that you're always going to be wrong.
Right.
But again, the truth
don't need no explanation.
Don't need a defense.
And this is why we've never responded, and we're not going to. Now, you can take sound bites or whatever and pick and choose whatever you chill and feel like it was a cheap shot, but no, we're not throwing cheap shots. Cheap shots would be some of the stuff that we've experienced.
I'm gonna say that it's not worth my soul.
It ain't.
And this is the thing. I told y'all Mr. Sutton is special, but anyway, it's on your forehead, honey. There is forehead. Thank you. There is, again, a way in a man's heart that seemeth right.
Yeah.
And let me tell you guys something about that definition of ship.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't be afraid to abandon it if it's no longer suiting you.
Yeah.
And here's why. God will never keep you in a place that you've outgrown.
And that's starting to become uncomfortable.
And if it's starting to become toxic, and if it's starting to, God is not going to keep you there. Yeah. People forever talking about wrong or right, that's still my mama. Listen, can you please understand that your mama may be the reason why you ain't got nowhere in life.
Again, let me repeat. Your first heartbreak comes from family. They're the first one to rob you, the first one to steal from you, and the first ones to kill your spirit.
So because of that, and then I'm going to help you guys heal.
Yeah.
From the ages of conception to about a good 21. Because I don't consider no 18-year-old grown. And if that offends some of y'all, it is what it is.
Holla.
I don't consider no 18-year-old grown. You don't have the control or the capacity to understand that some of the things that you're being taught or some of the things that you're being said, that are being said to you, are literally generational curses, are literally detrimental to you. But once you come into the knowledge of the truth, you will find that these things have hindered you.
Yep.
And if something is hindering you,
you can't grow.
Get away from it. I don't care who it is. If mama is bad for business,
you need to say goodbye to mama.
Leave mama in the hands of the Lord and go on about your life. If daddy is traumatic, leave daddy in the hands of the Lord and move on about your life. We got to stop with this mess that says, because I have some kind of relation to you,
I have to have a relationship with you.
I have to have a relationship with you, and not even just so much that. I have to accept everything that come with you, because that's a lie. I do not. I don't have to accept your pain. I don't have to accept your hurt. I don't have to accept the attacks. I don't.
Nope.
What I can do is pray for you.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yep.
And pray to God that time doesn't run out before we can have the opportunity to say,
sit down and have a talk.
And have a conversation.
But if you keep poking the situation, all you're going to do is drive that time further and further out. And this is the one thing that I absolutely can't stand. Then when one of the parties is no longer around, or they put a lot of distance, that relationship can never be repaired, then everybody want to sit around and talk about, well, if they did this and did that, we could no. Give it time. And if it's meant to be, it'll be.
And here's the thing. The thing about it is, remember, I'm not obligated to do anything.
Nope.
The only thing I'm obligated to do is stand in truth.
And in character.
I'm not obligated to run after you. I'm not obligated to chase behind anyone.
Yeah.
I've been called to more than that.
Yep. And if that more you cannot see, then I'm sorry. You need to figure out what it is. Because at the end of the day, truth never needs no expectation.
And it does not need an explanation. No, it does not. And so, again, don't be afraid to disconnect from whatever is not suiting you. And don't be the person that's going to go down with the ship out of your false definition of loyalty.
My wife taught me something else. Loyalty will keep you in places
that God ain't called you to. Come on.
That God ain't called you to.
And that's facts. We loyal to the wrong stuff. And the stuff that we should be loyal to, we're not.
Yep.
That's the problem. I'm loyal to my relationship with Christ.
Yep.
I'm loyal to my husband. I'm loyal to my beautiful daughter and her siblings when they come. I'm loyal to my grandmother. I'm loyal, period.
Yep.
But I have no problem with disconnecting myself from something that no longer suits me. And I want you to get to a point. And yes, it's going to be people, oh, well, you used me to get here. I'm just going to help you.
Well, let me just put a stop to you right there and put your mind at ease. No one used anybody to get anywhere. However, what we're saying, and I'm going to say it slow, so that you can clearly understand. When the situation becomes rocky and or unstable, that means that it is time to move. Because in the words of one of the pastors that I love, John Hagee, down in Texas, he said, and I quote, anything with two heads is a freak. Because you can't have one head going to the right and one head going to the left.
A house
divided against itself cannot stand. Yo, this is Mr. King Solomon Jr.
I'm your girl, your favorite lady, Mrs. Sutton.
This is After Effects, and this show right here is called Confessions Part 1. Superman's daddy is supposed to be doing Part 2, but I'll let y'all know. You will see that when it drops. Until then, peace.